Okay, hi there. I'm Ville and this is a video on the Finnish-English accent, the stereotypical Finnish-English accent. In other words, this means that, how you would speak English with the Finnish accent, like not trying to sound British, not trying to emulate the or imitate the standard pronunciations which we are taught in schools, but using the Finnish phoneme system to speak English. And of course this is how some people talk, of course, if they haven't studied English so much. And it is okay, well, it's one of those things that people do ridicule, but I don't see, well, it does sound a bit funny, but it's still, does it really matter if they are just they're being able to use English? So doesn't really, well, for me it doesn't really matter what it sounds like if they can just use it. So yeah, there are like some major differences in the Finnish phoneme system in comparison to the English one, and well, you can probably hear that this is very different from the kind of English that that you would, well, like expect to hear. And well, one of the things that is different is the R sound, that in English it's actually well, of course there are different types of like R sounds in English, like there is the division into the rhotic and non-rhotic varieties, like do you have the like post-vocalic R there or not, like in the word car, do you have the R there, like is it car, that is a non-rhotic one, and car, there you have it, it's a rhotic variant. But still, even if you have the R there, it's different from the Finnish R that we have, or it's not Finnish, but anyway we have it. Like the English one is, it's an alveolar approximant, so r, 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 car, car, yeah, that's the one, car. Whereas in Finnish it's an alveolar trill, car. So it's a lot stronger R, like car or car. It's a lot stronger R. So yeah, and actually I like it quite a bit. Like I've tried using the English kind of, well, actually I think I use it, but still I like the strong R. So that's why I prefer to use a non-rhotic variety of English when I speak. Because, well, in Finnish, well, in many other languages, if you have the R there in like spelled R, then you pronounce it like English is this weird hybrid of many languages. Like the pronunciation and the spelling went their different ways, and it's been like that ever since. So it can be confusing because it's just total, well, weird mixture. You just have to learn how to like pronounce these different words. And so the R is one thing, and then there is the case of aspiration, and this is like well, this can be a people might not notice or realize this, but aspiration, so like in a word like park, the P in the beginning is like pa, pa, pa. So it's aspirated, so there's air coming out like pa. If you put your hand in like front of your mouth and you say it pa, you can feel that there is air coming out. Pa. But in Finnish there is no aspiration, it's just pa, 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 pa. Okay, there is little air coming out, but not very much. So it's totally different, like park and park, pa, park. And it's the same with many other consonants as well, like car, ka, ka, car. And then you compare it to car, ka, ka, ka. That's the Finnish one. So that's like that's a major difference, and it's very noticeable when well native speakers are coming here and they're trying to pronounce Finnish names or the Finnish language. An example of this would be like karja. It means cattle, karja. So a native comes here and they go karja, 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 ka, ka, karja, karja, karja. And Kalle, this is the first name. So it's Kalle in Finnish, and the native comes and it becomes Kalle, 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 Kalle. So, yeah, it can be pretty funny. And this actually gets us to the next point, which is the L sound. And in English, there actually is two different kinds of L sounds, the clear L and the dark L. The clear L is like left, and that's what you would have in like Finnish too. The kind of L, left, laiva, which means a boat. But in English there is actually another kind, the dark L, which is like milk, all, it's like that, milk. But in like with a Finnish accent you would actually say milk, lek, yeah, so that's what you get. And of course, well, like with many other languages, actually the Finnish phoneme system is very like straightforward, like, and well, yeah, like I said before, English is different story. And yeah, we don't have the TH. Actually, I don't know what they are like. What they're called, the other is called et, and is the other theta. But anyway, it's like the think and that. So with the Finnish accent, you would say think and that, or just think and that. We don't have that TH combination in Finnish. And also, we do have the SH, like sh, but it's very limited in very few words. So like so it's no wonder that in Finnish, yeah, like the word Finnish, with the Finnish accent you very easily pronounce it like Finnish, not fish, fish, Finnish, yeah. So that's one difference too. Yeah, so those are some of the differences in like comparing Finnish phonemes to the English ones. And yeah, and like I mentioned before, well, English can be quite different from other phoneme systems. Like in Finnish, if you have like the letter A, well, it's A in English, but in Finnish it's A. If you have O, it's O. U, that is U. And you have I, that is E. So you can pretty much see that in English it's they are like diphthongs, but in Finnish it's just like straightforward. So you don't have to guess how you pronounce the words. And like in English, like if you don't know the words, then you just have to guess that how do I pronounce this. But well, it's such a widespread language, so it's not that bad because it's a global language now. So you can learn those, and even if you don't learn, does it really matter if you can just like communicate? Yeah. So it's the same thing like I said before with this accent, that okay, well, people can find it funny, but like other Finns, but still it doesn't really matter for me, at least. Like if you can just communicate with your English, then it's just fine. I mean, that's the purpose, to communicate. So yeah, just, and if you want to better it, then it's the same thing, that you just have to use it. So you want to better it or not, anyway, just use it. You don't have to be ashamed of it. It's just like, that's the way it is. Like, this is how Finns speak Finnish. So of course that will show in the accent as well when you're speaking other languages. So if you haven't learned to speak like standard English, so it doesn't matter. Just use it. Just be brave and be yourself, and it will show that you are from this country. Like it's a part of, like, yeah, it's very interesting that when you're actually using like a national accent, well, of course they are not teaching Finnish English anywhere, but still you are using this kind of accent, which it shows that where you are from, and it reflects how your language is spoken. So it's very interesting, and you can you get different people, like different countries, and you can hear all kinds of different Englishes. So it's very interesting to hear. So yeah, just use it. Don't be afraid. It's just like, it's one variety in amongst like other varieties. So like the English speakers, they are natives, they have like so many different varieties. Even though they are native speakers, they're not speaking standard English, but they are speaking all kinds of varieties. So it's kind of the same thing, that this is just a Finnish variety, and it's okay. Like if you can communicate, then the mission accomplished. It doesn't have to sound like this or that. Just if you can just use it and understand each other. So yeah. So be proud of your accent. So if you have any questions or comments, then just fire away. And other than that, have a nice day.